It's that time again, lots of new demos just dropped and you probably are wondering what's the gold in the pile of games. And well, I found a few that I played and I think they are worth a look. So join me as we take a look at 3 different roguelike games that I believe have what it takes to potentially be great, if not more. No, this is not sponsored, I just thought these games were neat. Starting off strong, let's talk about Shape of Dreams. This top-down style shooter roguelike has really stood out for me for its interesting gameplay, art style, and, the character design. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Either way, opening the game, I was even more pleasantly surprised with how nice the gameplay flowed, how the game makes you feel both insanely powerful, but at the same time, if you aren't careful, you get your butt kicked real easily, with a slightly punishing dodge mechanic and enemies who deal a lot of damage, with the ability to pick up skills and augment them with dream shards to make your perfect build. It gives a lot of diversity in both game plan and between characters. The audio of the game is quite amazing, really packing a punch with each shot and ability. Likewise, the story is quite interesting as well, which I will leave for you to explore yourself within the demo. Speaking of the demo, it boasts a wide variety of characters, and 2 more promised on release. Playing the game made me feel like I was playing Diablo, though I never really got deep into those games, so you just got to trust me, bro, on that one. But if you're interested in these type of games, I think this one will be a big hit. Along with that, make sure to bring some friends, because this game is co-op. I didn't get to play with friends, but I definitely have high hopes for the game. Shape of Dreams will be releasing in May of this year, so I recommend trying out the demo yourself and see if you're pulled into this game as much as I was. And if you do check it out, please let me know in the comments. I really hope you enjoyed this title and would love to hear your thoughts. Anyways, moving on to the next game. Next on our list is AfterBlast, which is an FPS-styled roguelike focusing on high movement and extremely fast gameplay. Honestly, the best way to explain this game is looking at a mashup between RoboQuest and Doom, with the ability to hookshot around as you blast your way through waves of enemies, or whittle them down and execute them for bonus HP regen. I will say, compared to the other 2 games on our list, this is the weakest of the 3 in its current state. It doesn't have the best way of explaining its mechanics, and the game feels honestly a bit too easy. You just run around and shoot with little regard as long as you are decently smart with your dodges and use HP regen on executes. That being said, the first boss and only boss in the demo is quite easy. It has a ridiculously large pool of HP, making it more of a chore than anything to beat and fight. The movement and gunplay of this game are solid, but I wish that I would exchange some of that inflated HP pools for a different style of difficulty. Either doing more damage or make you have to think more when you're fighting them. Alongside that, the music left me wanting a bit more, and the animations are honestly a little silly at times. But overall, it's a decent game to look at, and I think, especially on release, if it's ironed out, it can honestly be a lot of fun, and that's why I think it's worth taking a look. The demo is out now, and the full release for AfterBlast comes out in March this year. So keep your eyes out for this title if you're interested in fast-paced FPS-style roguelikes. Now there's just one more game to talk about, and honestly, it might be the most hype. The last game we will talk about today is actually a sequel of an old game I made a review on this channel. You know what it is? Put your guesses in the comment. I'll wait a moment. Yeah? You got it? Okay, I'm done waiting. Well, if you guessed Monster Train, you would be correct. We take a look at Monster Train 2, the long-awaited sequel to the first. Now equipped with a new story spanning from the first game, has a whole new selection of heroes, factions, and upgrades to fight your way through the hells and heavens. This style deck builder is focused on placing enemies to defend your train, an interesting mix of deck builder, tower defense, and turn-based combat. You take your turn placing monsters, casting spells, and doing your best to put fights in your favor before combat begins, in which your enemies and your units will fight. The enemy's goal is to get to the top of your train to attack your pyre, which is your HP. Once your pyre is extinguished, your run ends. If you like the first one, this literally feels like the first one with new card types and strategies, along with gameplay and visual upgrades to really make it amazing in its own style. The music honestly feels even better than the original, and overall, it's quite a good experience. I will say the game feels harder than the last one, but I also might just suck at Monster Train. Honestly, I would bet on that one. Either way, check out the demo for Monster Train 2 on Steam. As for the release date, it doesn't really have one yet. So be sure to test and give your feedback to the devs to make sure you get exactly what you want out of the game. And those are the 3 games I think you should be checking out. Each of the demos will be in the description along with their release dates. Did you find these interesting or want more roguelike content? Well, why not like the vid? And if you want to see something completely insane I did, check out this video here where I beat Gunfire Reborn without any meta progression upgrades. Trust me, it's way harder than it sounds.